Missouri. Now, Missouri's another one of those teams for me that I never can really get a good grasp of what they're doing over there. To me, they kind of bounced around from year to year. They don't have no true definition. Are they an offensive threat, a defensive thing? And their numbers are, pretty consistent. Last year, they averaged 36 points a game on offense. They gave up 25.5 points a game on defense. So, I guess you would say a team like Missouri usually comes out pretty balanced. Now, being that my guy Phil Steele has them number 3 over here on this side of the conference, that says a lot to me. That means I need to keep my eyes open and watch what's going on over there. But in this one right here, they get 7 back on offense, 6 on defense. That's a pretty tough thing right here. And here we go again. We talked about it not too long ago. 4th-year coach right here, got his recruits in there. Everybody's in place where they need to be, but still questions at quarterback as they bring in a senior quarterback with no experience at this squad, but he's a transfer coming over from is he come over from Clemson?
Yeah, Kelly Stewart.
Yeah,
Kelly Bryant. Kelly Bryant. Yeah, senior transfer. He had to sit out last year. Correct.
So that's a big question mark as well. Like, what are we going to get out of that? But if we look at this past week and all the transfer quarterbacks, they pretty much did well across the board, especially the ones I hated on. Jalen did nice, even though he talked himself down at the end of the game talking about how bad they didn't do. The guy had like 6 touchdowns, 100, almost 200 yards rushing. He had incredible stats. And he dubbed himself down at the end for the sake of the team. But, his dad's a coach, so he's programmed to work that way. But I saw some flaws in this game. I don't think he'll be able to he won't be able to run over the field over every team like that. And he's going to have to get back there at some point in time and really throw that ball. He really didn't throw that ball nowhere deep. I mean, he caught the one deep pass, but it was a blown coverage. But most of the time, he's just like the guy over there at Alabama, the Hawaiian, whatever you call him.
The Flying Hawaiian, yeah. They just throw outs, ins. They pop the tight end over the middle now and then. I mean, these are like 10, 15-yard passes. And then, I can't really give you props for throwing a long pass if you're running outside the pocket because you can see everything move. But the real quarterbacks can stand in there and really throw the ball. And when it was time to do that, they really didn't do a good job of it. The few shots that they did take, they didn't do a good job. But they did really well. Jalen did really well running the ball and all that good stuff. But so we got a big question right here with Missouri and the quarterback. But if it follows the trends of things, this guy coming over from Clemson, because he was supposed to be hot stuff over there, he should do really well over here. So we'll be able to take a look at that. And I don't know. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with the Clemson. I mean, with the Mizzou squad. I mean, they had a 4-year starter in Drew Lock. He's an NFL quarterback now. He was a drafted. He left. He's a 4-year starter for this team. So he's going to be hard to replace. But they do have the ringer, like you said, and Kelly Bryant. The Clemson, the guy that bolted Clemson to the transfer. Now he should get some decent talent to distribute the ball to. They got a pretty good running back, Larry Roundtree. He's a 1,200-yard rusher, right? Mm-hmm. And they got a good slot receivers, John Johnson. He's a graduate transfer. And they get Jonathan Nance, who comes over from Arkansas, a graduate transfer. So he's a junior, so look for them to pass the ball around. So it's going to be a new look on offense for him. It's a very balanced squad overall. Like you say, Phil Steele gives them some good props for what they got going on. On the defensive side, it's going to be a mixed bag on D. It's a D that ranked 108, okay, overall. So, and 112 against the pass. So they got some offensive or defensive struggles there. The defensive end position is going to be in questions. They get a JUCO transfer, Chris Turner, who spent some time at LSU. So that might, give him a little bit of support there. Now the bright spot on this team is a middle linebacker, Cale Garrett. He's a senior.
He's got 264 tackles in his career, and the secondary is a veteran group, a senior and a junior. Last year they were ranked 31st nationally. So, and the secondary is pretty decent. They're going to shore up the middle linebacker cores a little bit. So, and they're definitely going to need that help against the pass. So I don't think it's a stout passing group, but it's an experienced passing group. So hopefully they get the area to improve there. So the schedule may help this team because it might help them win some games because their schedule, like we said, Phil Steele's looking at them ranked third, and they got Wyoming last week. They get a depleted West Virginia team this week. They take on Southeast Missouri State the following week, and then they get South Carolina at home, and then they get Troy after that, and then a depleted Ole Miss squad on defense. So they get Vandy. So they got some games that they could win. They could be looking at me, maybe a one-loss season going into Kentucky, and that's late in October. So they got a very favorable schedule and a pretty decent offense, with a new look offense, and the defense, needs to improve a little bit. So the schedule is into their favor. So we talk about looking at the schedule, right? Last time we talked to Florida, Georgia, looking at their schedule. So here's another case of a favorable schedule for a team in the SEC.
Yeah. Now let's not look past this game we had last week, where Wyoming did beat Mizzou at Wyoming though. So I'm gonna tell you, from the Mountain West, where I do it the best, it's rough to play at Wyoming. You got altitude things, and also this Wyoming team is an uncharacterable physical team. They're very, very, very physical, and if you're not ready to come up there and play under the elements and play a physical game, which Mizzou did compete, they did do some positive things on offense and defense, but I'm not gonna hold the loss against them in this Wyoming game because it's the first game of the season, the elements, and also Wyoming being such a physical team. Because I don't look at Wyoming as being such a great team because they beat them. So they beat them in their elements, and that's what the biggest thing is right here. But let's hope that the line setters, look at last week's loss as something bad. I know next game is West Virginia.
Yeah, that home West Virginia.
So next game we could get a blurred line right here, and might be if we get some plus money with if we get some plus points with Missouri, might be a spot for us to take them because they're not a bad squad. They didn't really do nothing bad in playing. They just kind of got beat physically, and the elements took heat of them.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I say, it's not an upstart offense, but a new look offense for him. It's hard to replace a 4-year starter, an NFL-bound 4-year starter at that. So, and they do have some nice pieces on the offense to work with. And like you said, tough game on the road against an underrated team, possibly, like you said, in the elements. So it's not that they got caught with their pants down. It's just a new look team for them, and then it's a learning experience. So chalk that one up as a learning experience for this squad.
Absolutely. That's just like we talked about Florida. Florida happened to get some kinks out of theirs and walk away with the win. Here's a team that didn't get a chance to walk away with the win on that one.
Yeah.
But you heard it first right here on the Boss and the Sauce, y'all. Make sure you hit the subscribe, the notify, like the show. Hey, leave a comment. I love the comments. Leave a comment. We always reply back. We appreciate all our new subscribers. And let's keep the show rolling and move over into the next team.
Who we got?